What's going on, YouTube? It's James Schreiber, Fantasy Battle Report, and welcome to Game 5 of Strength in Numbers. Game 5, we're playing against the Goonies. Now, Game 1, we had a small loss against Wu-Tang Clan. Game 2, we had the biggest win of the tournament. The biggest scoring win with 73 points against... Who did we play second round? It was... Not in the Face. Game 3, we lost huge against the Brews, but then Game 4, we came back with a second tie for the biggest win of the tournament with our own game, with 73 points again against Ohio Hammer. Now, finally, in Game 5, we're playing against the Goonies, and the Goonies is led by Jeff Durham. They actually have a decent roster. They have Jeff Durham, which is a top 10 player. They have Kent Sheldon, which is also a top 10 player. And they had Manhart, which was from, I think, Canada. Was he from Canada or was he from Ohio? I forget which one he was from. And then they also had the Kingdom of Equitaine player, which his name is escaping me at the moment. Wright. I think it was like Joshua Wright, though, or something like that. Tell you in a second. Yeah, Joshua. I was right. Joshua was right. I was right. Anyways. So we go ahead and we do we split up the armies. Now the one thing is Manhart is playing a entire list of Orc and Goblins that is copied off of my list. So he's actually playing 3 Goblin Chariots. I don't think he had 3 Goblin Chariots. Maybe he did or didn't. I don't remember. But he had the Idol of Gork. He had the everything, the Witchcraft, the Pyromancy, the freaking Zod, the Koopa. I was like, holy shit, this guy's playing my list. And he came up to him and he goes, hey man. He went up to Jeff, because Jeff was picking teams, and he goes, Jeff, anybody you give me on their team's going to beat me. Jeff's like, why? He goes, why do you say it like that? He goes, because all these guys play James often, and I have James's list. Which I thought was hilarious. We ended up giving him Nick. Thinking back about this, I could have thought, like, my brother would probably have been the best person to give him, because my brother, he gives me a hard time playing him. Anyways, we gave Kent Sheldon to my brother, and then we gave Joshua Wright to Mr. John 653. So, basically, I ended up getting against Jeff, and I kind of took this one for the team because Jeff is one of their toughest players on their team, and I was thinking to myself, if you're going to play the toughest player, you might as well have one of your toughest players take him. And I just did it like, I know Ogres will beat my brother. My brother has a hard time with Ogres, and I kind of want to use John as a strong piece against somebody else, so I did. So we're going into this game. I'm playing against Jeff Lewis and Jeff Durham. Where does Jeff Lewis come from? I don't know. Jeff Durham, and I played Jeff Durham only once before, and it's actually a game I played. This is quite a few editions ago before Buckeyes, but anyways, or not edition, but quite a few tournaments ago. Anyways. And Jeff Durham actually beat me in that game, which also gave me the reasoning why I have the current list I do, because of that game specifically. So, let's go over what I have, and let's go over what he has, and let's get on with this game, and I can just stop rambling for a moment. Anyways, let's go over here. First off, we're going to go ahead and start off with the fact that I have Cave Goblins. 30 Cave Goblins, bows, nets, madgets. I got 10 Iron Orcs. I got the Iron Boys. I got Crom the Conqueror. Crom the Conqueror. The Idol of Gork, or Idol of Chicken, excuse me. Idol of Chicken. I got over here on the left, I got my K-Pack, Koga, Kaiser, Koenig, which is actually backwards. It's Koenig. Koga, Kaiser. Yeah, Koenig, Kaiser, Koga. Grom is Koga, basically. That's all I ever know. Crom is Koga. Alright, and then up on top, that's King Koopa. So this is the 5K pack. 5Ks. King Koopa, Koga, Kaiser, Koenig. Haha, say that fast. Alright, over here I got the A-Rock, the Mother of Dragon, the Breaker of Chains, the freaking Eater of Slayers, the Devourer of Worlds, Fear itself. When you watch the 1990s version of it and it turns into a spider, it's really turning into the A-Rock. Think about that. Mind blown. You can't look in the orange deadlights. It'll turn you insane. Alright, over here I got my 24 Goblins, the Bushwhackers, which are getting downgraded after this video to Common Goblins. I'm not happy about that. But, my new list, I have a problem with scoring units, and I needed to get this unit to be a scoring unit, which is really sad to me. Really, really sad to me. I got in the background, I got 45 Common Goblins, 46 Common Goblins, bows, shields, Shady Gits. I got the green moon banner, with Bazooka and the Horde. Over here I got General Zod Leal. And he has a 1-up, 4-up Bluffer's Helm. He has regen, and then there's my Chaff and my Fanatics. Over here I got, for magic, I got Deceptive Glamour, Raven's Wing, Wheel Turns, and then over here I got Pyroclastic Flow, Cascading Fire, Scorching Salvo, and Immolation. Now, we're playing Counter Thrust. I like Counter Thrust, alright? And as you can see, I drop first, I drop the dogs right in the center so it pushes his wall back. Now, deploying, he started deploying very left heavy, very left corner heavy. So what I ended up doing was I ended up putting, I think I put the Black Orcs on the left. No, I put them on the right side. I put the Black Orcs on the right side facing off against his Rock, which I understand the Black Orcs will lose, but the A-Rock is there too. The A-Rock is just right behind them, or right on the right side of them, so the A-Rock was ready to go gun it for that Rock. And as you can see, the Rock was kind of separated from the group. We're playing the flag scenario, and my whole goal here was to keep my Black Orcs out of combat. When I started realizing he started going left side heavy, I left my Black Orcs hiding behind the hill, and then he decided to put his Rock over there. I don't really care about Crom and Zod. Crom and Zod are kind of invulnerable against this army. They're kind of like, he has to put some really good punch in to kill them, and the only one that could really do that is his General, which is who has the Kadali's Maul, or his Rock up in the corner. The K-Pack, I put him down, and I realized it's kind of a bad spot because what's going to happen is he has those mercenaries on the left side with pistols. He has that unit of 4 Tuskers, and that just scares the shit out of me because I don't really have an answer to 4 Tuskers. I have to pump out a lot. I mean, bow shots are going to wound on 6s, and he has to fucking fail a 3-up armor. So it's really, really tough to get into them. And even if Koopa gets into him, he has to take an abuse on those strength 5 hits to be able to like put wounds through. So that's going to be an issue. Now, in the forest, he has a unit. Actually, I have his pictures here really quick. Sorry, I'm showing you that picture. I should have just showed you these. He has the 7 mercs on the left side. These guys have poison and pistols and accurate. And then on the right, you can see he has his Tuskers. I forgot what banner they have, but basically and these are beautiful banners. Check out his banners. This is a beautiful army. It really is. In the back, he has a giant unit of tribesmen with the General, with the Kadali's Maul, and I don't think he took Hellfist. I think he took Shamanism. But I don't think he has a BSB. Or maybe if he does have a BSB, it's in that same unit. Over here, you can see he has 6 lead belchers, or cannoneers, whatever the fuck their names are. He has those 6 guys there with the guns, and these guys are going to be a big issue because that's just a lot of shots. And then he has 2 units of bruisers. Now, originally I ended up picking up, this is part of the problem of the game, was I ended up picking one of the bruiser units, the lead belchers, and then I could almost guarantee I said the Tuskers. But he said for whatever reason I picked the big block with his General. I don't know why I would pick that. But the problem here is we didn't mark it. And that's the truth, is we didn't mark which ones. And this is a learning experience for me because it's going to bite me in the ass later. Is I should mark which ones I picked because I changed my mind. I was like, no, that one. No, I'll go with that one. Okay. And then that confused us. And that's my fault, but we'll go there. We'll get there when we get there. So I believe he took first turn 1. He took turn 1. Ogre Cons, turn 1. As you can see, I vanguarded my dogs. Where the fuck did they go? Oh, they went back that way. They went over towards the right side because I was going to go frenzy bait that frickin' Rock to give me a nice juicy flank with my Spider and my Iron Boys. But he saw it after the Vanguard and he started moving over to the left side. He was like, oh, fuck that. I'm not going to run the wrong way with my wrong frenzy checks. That's all I was going to do. I was totally going to frenzy bait him and hit him with the space A-Rock. So he moves up the mercs a little bit. He doesn't really do much other moving. He's going to shoot the crap out of me. And it's going to go start off turn 1 magic. He got 3 power dice. Gives these guys Awaken the Beast so he's tougher to hit. And then on the toughness. And then he's going to start off shooting phase with them as well. So shooting phase is going to go boom, 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 boom. 6 cannons right into my idol. And he only does 1 wound. Way to go, Crom. Took a nice little shot. Shotgun shots, and he's totally shrugs it off like alright, and we're gonna go into my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn 1, Zod and Goblins turn 1. So I moved Crom in the middle. I don't know why I did this. I think I was afraid of just losing the banners and not doing any damage to those freaking Tuskers. I moved Koopa and the K-Pack behind the hill, so his mercs can't just shoot me with the freaking -2 on their armor, and basically his Tuskers can't see me. His Tuskers are so far from everybody that I think I had to shift the Goblins over just quite some bit to make sure that it's not an easy charge from him. And then as you can see, my dogs are chasing his Rock because I want him to be frenzy baited. I leave my Black Orcs out of the picture. I move my common Goblins. I think I was going to try to shoot the Rock for a bit just to weaken them up, but they're also in a very bad position because of those lead belchers. Lead belchers are really bugging me. His list kind of bugs me. His Tuskers bug me. His lead belchers bug me. I don't know why. I was just like, yeah, I'll take them. The poison pistols bug me. Magic phase got 7 power. I got 7 power dice. Go ahead and I do a scorching salvo. It goes off. I only do 2 wounds onto the lead belchers, and that was it. Nobody else really got wounded. Shooting phase over here. The bushwhackers are gonna start picking at who the fuck did they pick at? Did I kill oh, I did a couple wounds onto his bruisers because they're not in the trees. That's it. And that was it. That was the end of my turn 1. It's going to start off his turn. Ogre Con's turn 2. Ogre Con's turn 2. As you can see, he starts to make this wall going towards the right side because he realizes that's where the real threat is. His mercs are moving towards Koopa. It looks like he put a wound on to Koopa with the freaking pistol shots. And then basically he moves like so. Magic phase, he got 8 power dice. Goes ahead and he does nothing in magic because there's nothing really up on there. I think he might have done frenzy on somebody. But shooting, he ends up shooting these guys again into Crom, and he ends up getting 2 wounds this time, so now Crom's at 3, and that is it. It's going to start off my turn, Orcs and Goblins turn 2, Zod and Goblins turn 2. I move the dogs just in front of that rock, so if he charges, he's going to run into the rock and run towards my Spider. I'm hoping he fails a frenzy check because I don't think he has a BSB. I think that's what it is. I decided to move Koopa inside the unit of the K-Pack, so that way, if he stays where he's at, he's only going to be able to shoot with -2 to the shooting because he only sees half the unit behind the hill. Alright, so I have hard cover. But at the same time, if he does shoot me, he's going to have to split up the damage, and it's not going to kill enough of the chariots to make them run. Now, if he does cause a panic on the chariots, I would rather him get that panic check based on Koopa's leadership instead of just the dog's leadership. So that was my whole thought process there, was he's going to have a harder time to shoot me. If he does cause a panic, Koopa's going to be able to hold him still, hopefully. Crom is lining up top to deal with the A-Rock, or the Rock, and the A-Rock's going there as well, and Zod is just basically going buck in the middle. I'm trying to keep Baxter. Baxter is a very tough piece, and this is why I love the Forest Goblins, which is really bugging me in my current list that I have. I'm trying to keep Baxter exactly 24 inches to do scorching salvos to hit pretty much everybody on the south side of the table. And he's in a very pinpointed spot to not be charged, but at the same time do damage and then get out. Alright, Magic Phase got 3 power dice. Go ahead and I do, it looks like a fireball onto his Tuskers. I hate these guys. I go ahead and I do it's a scorching salvo. Ends up doing a wound onto the man-eaters here. And ends up killing off one of the lead belchers. Way to go, Baxter. Baxter's going to go and shoot the skull splitter into these freaking Tuskers. Kills one and does a couple wounds onto another. Doesn't cause a panic. And it's going to start off his turn. Ogre Con's turn 3. Ogre Con's turn 3. He does not charge my dogs. Okay, so what he ends up instead, I think he charged it with the Bruisers. I want to say he charged it with the Bruisers. Yeah, he did. His Rock walks around towards my A-Rock. Alright? And basically this is how the table looks. Now look at the Tuskers. The Tuskers are coming right in towards my Goblins. And I see this, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, I have one chance to stop this. One chance. Because if those Tuskers get in, he's ripping up all my Goblins. If any of those Tuskers get in, he's ripping up all my Goblins. So Magic Phase got 4 power dice. He goes ahead and gives these guys Frenzy so they don't fail a terror check, which is really smart by my opponent, by the way. And then, yeah, shooting. He shoots at Koopa and the K-Pack. He ends up doing 2 wounds onto the K-Pack. My plan worked exactly like I needed it to. The only problem is he's at max distance away from me, so he's not going to be able to, I'm not going to be able to charge him. And the Tuskers are just out of line of sight, so these guys are basically in a bad spot, really. Magic Phase, or my turn. Zod and Goblins turn 3. And guys, I'm going to give you a 3, 2, 1 second warning. I'm going to call out the Wog. Wog! I'm going to go ahead and go into the Wog. And I'm going to charge, check this out. I'm going to charge Crom into the Bruisers. Oh, he didn't even charge my dogs. He just moved them in the way. Shit. I charge Crom into the bruisers, and what I'm trying to do is kill his bruisers. And how did I do this? He didn't charge into my dogs because he wanted my dogs protecting the flank of his Rock. So I just charged my A-Rock in, and I'm thinking the A-Rock, if she could get the +1 to wound from Crom that's going to be close by, that'll be clutch. I angle it wrong though, and it doesn't really work out that way. I charged the common goblins. Yes, I do. I charged the common goblins into his Tuskers. I think I might have had a flank, and that's why I did it. Which means Zod is going into somebody else. Is that how it works? I don't remember. No. Yeah, I think I failed the charge. I just failed the charge with the common goblins. So, instead of that, what I ended up doing, and I failed the charge with the... Oh! Zod charged into his lead belchers, and Zod charged into lead belchers, and lead belchers fled. And then my common goblins charged into his guys over there. And that's how it looks. Alright? So what I ended up doing is I ended up moving my dogs that he did not chase, and I marched them around to get right in the way of his tribesman unit. Crom got in, A-Rock got in, and then what I did was with Koopa left the unit of the K-Pack, walks right in front of his Tuskers like, you have to charge me now. I'm the boss here. You have to charge me. And I moved the Forest Goblins close as possible. I moved the Cave Goblins close as possible. I'm going to release some Fanatics, and he's going to get shot to shit. That is what's going to happen. I even moved the K-Pack to shoot him. Magic Phase got 7 power dice. Here we go. First thing I do, Pyroclastic Flow, double 6s. He lets it go off so I could get the miscast, right? I do the massive version, too. The massive version, okay? And I end up killing off one of the Tuskers, all right? Go ahead and I blow up. Holy shit. I blow up like 13 or 14 of my guys. Holy shit. And I take a wound off my wizard, which is fine. I release the Fanatics. Go ahead and I throw him through the unit. Pops through, kills off, or does another couple wounds here. And then I start shooting the Skull Splitter, all the shots from the Cave Goblins and everything into them. And I end up killing off one more Tusker. He only has one Tusker left with 1 wound left. That is... Oh, got a text message. That is it. That is all she wrote. Holy crap. That's actually really impressive, though. That is really impressive. And again, only person he can charge right now is Koopa, and Koopa has no problem taking on 1 Tusker. 3 Tuskers? That's another story. But 1 Tusker, holy shit, that was a lot of shooting. Over your close combat, impact hits, kills 1 guy. He goes out and he swings. He has Frenzy. He has all this shit up on him. He has all these attacks. He ends up doing 1 more wound. I end up killing off 2 Bruisers. Now this is one of the Bruiser units that I picked as my unit for flags. So I'm like, great, I'm going to kill this unit. The problem is, when he started pulling the bodies off, he pulled off the body, like as you can see, that is in the center left. So now if I'm running towards the tribesmen. I really wanted to run towards the other Bruisers. And I was like, shit, this isn't going to work. So he's going to run, and I don't chase, because if I do chase, he's going to end up overrunning into my... I want to keep my idol alive for 1 more turn. So I decide to hold back. He runs through his tribesman unit. Hindsight's 2020. I probably should have tried to capture that 1 flag, because that guy's going to live back there, and I don't get to him. Over here, close combat, my spider ends up doing 1 wound onto him. He ends up doing 2 wounds onto me. It's a push. And that's basically where it stands. It's going to start off turn 4. Ogre Cons turn 4. So he charges into my dogs, which is a front charge to my dogs. He charges the other Bruisers into my spider, which I'm thinking, great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just punk his Bruisers. I don't have to win combat with the Rock. I just got to kill the Bruisers, right? He doesn't charge into Tusker, and he starts to move the man-eaters this way, which kind of screws Crom. Yeah, there you go. Magic Phase got 5 power dice. Goes ahead and gives these guys Scarification. Or, no, what did he do? I think he gave him, like, Toughness or Strength or some shit. I don't remember. And then, yeah. I don't know what he did. I think he might have gave these guys Frenzy. Over here shooting, he's going to go ahead and shoot into Crom, and he ends up killing Crom. Like I said, I should have just chased. Over here, close combat, he kills my dogs, reforms. Over here, close combat, holy crap. Do you see how many wounds the spider took? She took 4 wounds. Alright, so I end up doing 5 wounds onto the Bruisers. 5. He has a charge and 4 wounds and a banner. So he wins combat by 1. By 1. Spider's gonna run. He chases and he catches me. This, oh my god, this was just brutal. Like, I was expecting my Spider to win that fight against the Rocker Rock, because my Spider always wins fights against Rocker Rocks. This is probably one of the only times I've ever lost a fight against a Rocker Rock, and this really fucked me. Because right now I'm assuming that my Spider will be on the side with Zod and be able to combo charge shit. No, Spider's dead. Spider's really dead. And not only that, now he's facing my Iron Orcs to have no protection back there. Over here close, or it's going to start off my turn. Orcs and Goblins turn, whatever turn it says on the bottom. So, basically, I'm going to just try to shoot the crap out of that last Tusker. He has 1 or 2 wounds left, that's it. As you can see, my Fanatics are just kind of going nuts and doing their own thing. So I go ahead and I start to play a tight-knit group here. I start moving my guys together and just dealing with the fact that I'm losing units and he's not. He is winning right now. I try to keep everybody out of charge range of those freaking tribesmen, because I don't have enough bodies to deal with the tribesmen. I needed 1 or both of those monsters alive. Koopa's hurting. Koopa joins the unit of Cave Goblins again to help out with... well, I don't know why I did that. I just think I just did it so he didn't get shot specifically. So any shots coming at him, basically I have to spread out. Magic Phase, got 7 power dice. Go ahead and I do a Scorching Salvo, and I do like a wound to this guy, I believe. I go ahead and I do a Raven's Wing on these guys, move them around, which is very interesting. He was just like, sure, whatever. But really what I needed to do is I needed to turn him around to shoot at his Rocker Rock. Go ahead and I do a Pyroclastic Flow, trying to pick off the 1 banner that survived and rallied. I get a wound or 2 off because I only did the D6 version of Reach, and then he realized what I'm doing and he decides to run away. Shooting over here, I shoot the Tusker and I end up killing off the Tusker finally. And then shooting over here, I start shooting at the frickin' Rocker Rock. I put a wound on, and he's just like, shit, he sees what's going to happen. It's going to start off his turn, Ogre Khan's turn, whatever turn it is on the bottom. So he moves the Rocker Rock right in front of the face of my Common Goblins, Bazooka and the Horde. He moves the Tribesmen to the flank of Zod. This is just getting really tight here. This is really tight. Alright, and then his guys are all just looking at my Cave Goblins, which Cave Goblins I don't really care about. Magic Phase gets 8 power dice. Nothing really happens in Magic. I think he only has like 2 spells in Magic, to be honest. That's what it is. He has like Frenzy and the plus Strength and Toughness. So, shooting over here, he starts shooting into my Cave Goblins. As you can see, there's a couple dead Cave Goblins. That's all that really happens. Turn 5, Orcs and Goblins, Zod and Goblins. Thank you for giving me a little circle thing to tell me what turn it is. So I charge my Common Goblins in, and he's like, what? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to charge my Common Goblins into that Rocker Rock. He's like, okay. I charge Koopa into those Man-Eaters. God, is hindsight 2020. God, is hindsight 2020. I should have probably just charged into those Lead Belchers. Like, looking at it now, I probably should charge into the Lead Belchers. But I charge into the Man-Eaters. He stands and shoots, gets 1 wound off on the stand and shoot. And then, as you can see, that's how the table looks. I move my Iron Orcs basically to try to help out, because right now I have no other choice. My Cave Goblins, or my Forest Goblins, moved up to chaff up his Tribesmen, and basically I put it where both chariots are staring into his Tribesmen, so that way when he gets close enough, if he does charge my Forest Goblins, he's going to get hit with both chariots. Anyways, Magic Phase, I don't even know how many dice I get, but basically I bait out all his dice, and I go ahead and I give up the wheel turns onto my Bazooka and the Horde, and he's like, what the fuck is that? And I go, it's the wheel turns, man. Gonna get hit on 4s and wound on 4s. Over here, close combat, Koopa kills off one of the Man-Eaters. Man-Eaters go back, and there's just way too many Man-Eaters, and Koopa is dead. Alright, over here, close combat. Oh man, alright, I'm gonna put it back on this picture over here. He goes ahead, I swing, and he just had no idea the potential, the power of Bazooka and the Horde with the wheel turns, and I just I did, like, I am not shitting you, like 15 hits, 8 wounds, and he was just like, holy crap. And he's just went for the armor saves, and he was just like, oh no, that's a dead Rock. Those bruisers did not panic. So I reform, and I face him towards his Tribesmen. Now, I know it looks like I'm still facing those rocks, but basically I told him, like, because I didn't want it was like getting low on time, and I was like, I'm facing this way to face your Tribesmen. He's like, yeah, it's fine. And he's like, you don't care if the bruisers are facing your rear? I'm like, nah, not really. It's going to start off turn 6. I mean, it was going to happen or not. And basically what happens. So he charges into the rear of the common goblins. He charges into the forest goblins here, and then basically he's going to face the music afterwards. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. Oh, man. Nothing really happens there. Yeah, he kills my forest goblins. I end up doing like a wound or 2 onto his bruisers. I think we tied combat, though. He has a charge, a rear, and so many wounds. I did so many wounds back, but I have 3 ranks and 3 banners. So we stick. Nothing really happens. Goes off. And now that was the one thing I was not hoping for. I was hoping that I win by 1 or 2 and he runs away and I have a counter charge right now. But that was just a dumb move by me. Turn 6, Zod and Goblins. Turn 6, Zod and Goblins. I decided I'm like, fuck it. It's turn 6. We're not winning. Our team, Nick, by now has gotten a huge loss. He lost, I think, like 19-1 or 17-3. Oh, it's just like, seriously, Nick, you can't beat me? You can't beat my mini-me? And he was like, no. He's like, he got lucky on salvos. My brother and Kent had a bloodbath. I think they got like a close to a 10-10 because it was just like there was no units on the table, and John's winning right now. So I'm like, all right, I gotta get some points. So I charge everybody in to those tribesmen. I have to break the tribesman block, right? So I get in, boom, 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 like so. I basically turn my cave goblins this way. I think Bazooka joins their unit, and basically I had to have my common goblins deal with that last guy over there. Magic Phase got 8 power dice. Go ahead and I do a pyroclastic foe. Hopefully, I'm just trying to cause panics. That's all I'm really doing. I kill off 1 there, and it does panic. Holy shit, it panics and it runs that way. That is awesome. I'm going to get some points there. And then over here, close combat. I killed like 2 guys on impact hits, and then he ends up ripping apart my chariots. Zod, the way it was angled, I think it was just the way it was angled. Zod was only touching his wizard who has scarification up, so I end up doing a couple wounds to him, but it doesn't really matter. I think I lose combat, but I stick because of Zod, and it was just, that was just nasty. Anyways, that was the game. After all is said and done, he did not kill any of my scoring units. Even though I thought I killed one of his, he said I did not. And basically ends up becoming a 10-10. So, oh shit. That's a client. Oh, sorry, I just read my text message. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. That's the end of the game. It's 10-10. It was a tough and tactical game, and that's what Jeff kept saying too. He's like, "This is very tactical. We have to think about every move, every inch," and it really was. It really was. Thinking back about this is one of the games that made me want to change my list up. Though I like the K-Pack, I like the monsters. I added another monster, but you're gonna see in the next video I make, which I haven't done a game yet with my new list because I've been painting mainly. But basically, you're going to see my new games that I have more of a Monster Mash style list and basically a rush list, because this game right here made me really want to play a rush list. Anyways, guys, so that's that. We're going to go over here. This is a picture of Aaron Asher and Jeff Parkhurst going over scores and points with their strength and number dice. And then basically this is Jeff going over who won and what awards did they get. So we're going to go in order of award given out. Basically, you can see this is just basically everybody there just kind of having a good time. So the first award given out was basically like the wooden spoon award or whatever you call it. But basically, it's the person who got bottomed out and drug the team down, and it goes to Bob. Sorry, Bob, I have to call you out on that one. It's like a plastic cup award or something like that. Anyways, so Bob, he was playing on the team Little Giants with Jeremy Gottschalk and Len Zakowski, and basically their whole team was based on this theme of giants. Everybody had giants, but Bob just kind of bottomed out. Going into best sportsman, I think it was best sportsman, goes into what team was Connor on or Corey on? I gotta look this up because I don't know what team Corey was on. Goonies, Cobra Kai, Legendary. Yeah, Legendary Gamers with Jay Ferris. Yep. Legendary Gamers took the Best Sports Award, and then over here, Justin Chandler actually took top place, the #1 spot for the most points earned for any teammate. So basically, he was playing a Bloodthirster list, and he took the most points. If it was a singles event, he just won the singles event, but it wasn't. It was a team event. Third place overall for the team actually went to us, the Juice Crew, which we were really fighting for second, but that last game we just earned like 43 points, which was just not enough to get us up there, not even close. So we got third place. Second place went to the Salty Bitches. Why didn't we have a picture of us? I don't know why we didn't have a picture. We just got an honorable mention. But Salty Bitches got second place, and then first place went to where's my picture at? Here it is. The Brews and Justin Berge, Jeremy Schweitzer, a guy that really looks and acts like Brian Hughes, which is George Bosica, and Eric Whitus. Congrats, guys. Congrats on your big win. And they took Strength in Number Champions 2017. For my team, I'm going to try to rush through this, mainly because I'm hungry and I got to go get ready for work. But for my team, my army, we got Zod. No. Let's start off on lowest places, not random numbers. 28, 69. Ugh. They did horrible. Let's see. I'm sorry. I'm just hitting the add buttons right now, which is normally never. I usually have this ready. All right. So in last place goes to my Wolf Riders, the Raiders. They only did 2 wounds onto 1 eagle and earned 67 points because of that. In ninth place, or whatever place that is, goes to the Iron Boys. The Iron Boys, I think it is ninth place, got 158 points. I don't even remember on what game that was. That was basically the first 2 games. In 8th place goes to the Bushwhackers. Bushwhackers barely earned any points this game in shooting in this tournament, which is just kind of pathetic. And then in 7th place, this one was a really bummer, but it went to Crom. Crom only got 428 points, which is the lowest appearance by Crom to date. After that, we got the K-Pack. K-Pack is, again, another bummer. Should have got more points, but only got 1392. And most of those, it's been pretty consistent, though. Every game they actually earned some points. It just wasn't a lot of points in each game. Next up, we'll go into Baxter the Pyromaniac. Wow, that is the lowest amount Baxter has brought in total, and majority of those points were earned in this game. This game, he really stepped up, which is impressive by Baxter standards. After Baxter goes into the Cownado and the Prophet with the Cave Goblins, they actually earned 2669, which is pretty impressive by them, actually. And then another big upset goes to Zod. Zod has been pulling in less and less points with 2869, mainly because he's been pulling in more of a leadership role. But there's just a couple games where he didn't get into combat, or one game he just died on turn 0.5, not even turn 1. It was just the top of 1. Next up, after Zod, this will go into, I guess, 3rd place. Whoa, these next 3 is a huge jump in points, but number 3 goes to King Koopa. King Koopa! Koopa! You fat bastard! 4,032 points. That is huge, Koopa. That is huge, and that shows me that Koopa in every single game has earned a good chunk of points. Holy shit, Koopa. In 2nd place, this is really tight. There's a 40-point difference. But in 2nd place goes to the A-Rock, the mother of dragons, at 4732. If she would have killed the Rock, she would have took 1st place, but she failed. And then in 1st place goes to Bazooka and the Horde. Bazooka and the Horde, they are just an evil little group. I love it. It's my staple. It's my go-to piece. They have proved to me time and time again that they are a strong unit, and I cannot say more about that, which really goes back into the whole conversation about, goes into about my main combat block being goblins instead of orcs. But anyways, yeah, Bazooka pulling in the 1st place ticket. They basically earned me all the points I got in game against Schweitzer at round 3. They did a good chunk of points in round 2 against Mata, killing his general, killing his horse bunker. Game 1's the only game they didn't do shit. But besides that, Game 4 against Terrace, they freaking ripped them apart. In Game 5, they actually did a good chunk of points and damage as well, earning them the top spot. Guys, going over my team real quick. Basically, here we got Jesse. Jesse, actually, Jesse, he pulled in the third highest amount of points for our team. He took third place in our team. I don't have the actual points with me. I just remember his games specifically. Our low man on the totem pole here is Nick. Nick, he still did a good chunk of damage though. Just two bad matches basically kind of screwed him on that. I took second place on the team. And then first place goes to our boy John 653, who came in like a tank. He just came in and people were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And he actually took third. He was the #1 player that wasn't a bloodthirster. I'll put it to you that way. But he was playing vampire accounts. Anyways, guys, that was how we did. I had a great time. I had a great time meeting John. I had a great time with Nick and Jesse on my team. It was really fun for a team event. Team events are really fun. I enjoy them a lot, actually. Besides that, yeah, MVP this game was obviously Baxter. And let's go over my Patreon. So, guys, if you haven't heard already, I have a Patreon reward program for anybody who signs up for the first tier, or technically the second tier of the Patreon rewards. Will get a pair of Koopa dice. It is limited, though. It's a limited edition dice that you're only getting through Patreon. And I'm only making 100 pairs. So get your pair by signing up onto Patreon. Technically, for those of you who have already signed up, it will be coming in the mail as soon as I get them. The problem is I ordered them from Chessex, and I'm still waiting for that order to be delivered. Besides that, I am going ahead and I'm making magic cards specifically for my Patreon patrons as well. I'm starting off with pyromancy, and I'm just going to make a lore at a time. So if you guys want a specific lore, go ahead and sign up on my Patreons. You guys will get the lore in the mail. Also, this is going to be coming up for the next Magic era, the next edition of the game. So I am not going to go ahead. I'm not making cards for this edition on Patreon, but it'll be coming up as soon as the new Magic cards come out. Basically, I'm hand drawing on myself. Here's a picture. I'll show you a picture. I'm hand drawing on myself, and there's a picture of Bazooka and the Bushwhackers. But basically, yeah, I'm drawing them up myself, and by the time I finish the drawings and we get the new rules, basically that it'll come and coincide at the same time. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed that. Hope you guys sign up on my Patreons. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. I hope you guys enjoyed everything I've been putting up lately. And if you guys have any comments or feedback, leave it in the comment section below, and I will be glad to read what you guys have to say about all the stuff I've been doing. And yeah. That's about it. Alright, guys, take care, and until next time, peace.